Hey everyone, this video is to help clear some of the stress and resistance that you might be feeling around having a difficult conversation with someone, and especially if you're having a hard time initiating the conversation or you're just avoiding it altogether. Let's see if we can clear some of that stress and anxiety and kind of get all that cleared up so you can go ahead and have that conversation so you can be done with it. Because at the end of the day, you're probably torturing yourself more in the lead up to the conversation than the actual, feelings that you might feel during the conversation itself. So with that being said, just making sure that you're taking full responsibility for your health and well-being. Let's get started on the side of the hand point. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Even though I'm avoiding having this conversation, I choose to deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself anyways. Even though I am really avoiding having this conversation and I'm really afraid of the outcome and I'm so afraid it's not going to go well, I choose to love and accept myself even though I'm feeling this way. Even though I am really avoiding having this conversation, I am avoiding it like the plague because I am pretty certain that this is not going to go well. I choose to forgive myself for feeling that way. And I'm open to the possibility that this conversation could actually go okay. And even if it doesn't, I'm choosing to feel okay about the outcome no matter what it is. Because I choose to feel that free. I'm avoiding this conversation. I'm avoiding this conversation. And I choose to love and accept myself anyways. I know I really need to have this conversation, but I am feeling so much resistance around having it. Because I am pretty certain this isn't going to go well. And that has me feeling pretty anxious, feeling pretty stressed. And so part of me just wants to avoid it altogether. And I forgive myself for that. Maybe part of me believes it's just easier to not have the conversation. But if that were true, I wouldn't be here tapping on my face. Because clearly, the topic is important to me and it's very much on my mind. But I can't shake the feeling. Maybe it's not worth it to say anything. Maybe I've already resigned myself to the outcome not going as I want it to. Maybe I've already decided in my own mind that this will be a disaster. So I'm better off just not saying anything. I've run this conversation through my head so many times. I've fantasized about all the things that I want to say. And fantasized about all the different reactions that this person could have. And I have come to the conclusion that they are not going to be pleased. So I'm avoiding this conversation. I'm avoiding having this conversation. And I choose to love and accept and forgive myself anyways. And I'm open to the possibility that maybe avoiding the conversation actually causes me more discomfort than if I were to just have it. And yeah, it might be uncomfortable, but I'm open to the idea that the momentary discomfort of having the conversation will cause me so much relief from having to worry about it and having to fantasize about having it and just saying what's on my mind. But I'm really afraid of the outcome. And I'm afraid of how the other person might react. And I hate that I don't have control over their reaction. If I could just control how they reacted, then I would have this conversation. Feeling a lot of fear around their reaction. I'm feeling a lot of fear around not being able to control how they react. And I choose to love and accept and forgive myself anyways. And I'm choosing to clear some of this fear. Because the truth is, I cannot control how they react. And though part of me sees that as very scary, maybe I could reframe how I think about that. Maybe I could find some relief. I'm not in control of how they react. So it's really not for me to worry about. Their reaction is in their hands. What's in my hands, I can control. I can control how I deliver the information. I can control how I approach this person. I can control being open to seeing their side of things. And I can control coming to the table seeking a resolution that works for both parties. I can control setting the stage for the best possible outcome, but I can't control how they react. And that's okay. I'm choosing to let go of the fear around how they react. And I'm choosing to come to this conversation in the best state of mind that I can. I'm choosing to release any stress that I have around this conversation. Any fear or anxiety that I won't be heard. Any fear or anxiety that I won't get my point across correctly. And I'm releasing any expectations I have around the outcome. Because whether I get the outcome that I want or not, I will feel better after having this conversation. Even if it's difficult. It will be off of my chest. And so I'm choosing to feel free. And I'm choosing to release stress around this conversation. And I'm open to the possibility that this could go better than I ever expected. that I could be delightfully surprised with how they react. And maybe it's a conversation that they've been wanting to have too. And they'll feel grateful and relieved that I brought it up. Whatever the outcome, I choose to release stress and resistance around having this conversation. I'm releasing any resistance I have to having this conversation. Even though I've avoided this conversation up until now, I'm choosing to let that go. And I'm choosing to rip the Band-Aid off and just have the conversation. Because it is taking up too much of my mental space, too much of my energy. That could be going towards much better things than having debates inside my own head. Just letting go of any resistance that might be hanging on. Clearing resistance from every cell in my body. Letting that resistance go so that I can gather my thoughts and so that I can get my point across respectfully and clearly. Because I'm choosing to have this conversation. And so it is. Good, deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Now go have that conversation and good luck.